Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today we're going to talk about the KEURIG My K-Cup new design for the 5 needles with the red thingy that we all keep talking about. Should we install it for the K Supremes with the 5 needles or not? Should we take it out? So I'm going to give you my opinion, but if it's working for you to leave it in, you can definitely leave it in. But I have had a few viewers who have left it in on their K Supremes with the 5 needles, and it did back up on them a couple times. So that's why I'm making this video. So here we've got the K Supreme Smart. This is the old K Supreme. It's got the same 5 needles that the new K Supreme Smart has, and the K Slim also just came out with this needle arrangement. So if you notice when we do a K-Cup, so a K-Cup, it pierces the top of that foil with all 5 needles and injects hot water in all 5, but there's no rubber stopper on these to prevent the water, So unfortunately, the directions they're pretty much worthless for this new My K-Cup, because at first it tells you don't even know that you have to remove this gray bracket for it to even fit in these new KEURIG machines. So here I've got the 5 needles out of a used K Supreme. And so here's when these are being inserted. You can see there's different sizes. These needles are spaced different apart. These are in the back. So if you leave the red thing installed, it does pierce down, and it does inject hot water into the K-Cup, and it does brew you coffee. But again, I have had a few viewers that said they had it back up, and not all the water didn't go through the K-Cup. So your water from your machine comes into this one tube, and this is like a manifold. So it comes up here, and it's injected into all 5 needles at the same time. Now this is like not quite sure what that is, but there's a bracket when it's closed that holds that rubber thing closed. But I tell people to remove the red stopper. Remove it when you do 5 needle brewing. Now, definitely put it in when you do. I forgot to put it in one time. When you have a single needle KEURIG machine, definitely make sure you got this red thing in very good. If it's starting to fail on you at all, replace your KEURIG, your K-Cup, because it will make the biggest mess. So if you leave this out and you brew a single needle K-Cup, most all the coffee grounds come out in these other 4 holes. So be very careful of that. So I've got 2 brewers. We're going to brew one with the red thing in and one without. So if you've never used a reusable K-Cup, these easy scoops, 2 tablespoons. These hold exactly 2 tablespoons, and this is a really nice device to grab your coffee. You put it over, and then you can dump it right into the reusable K-Cup. So let's talk about this. Remember, there's the unlock. We got to turn the 2 white dots to the unlock, and then we can pull this bottom part off, and then this black thing, this gray thing, just pops off. Now we're going to fill this with coffee grounds, medium grind. There's the max line right there. I've got my coffee in. You just dump it in. I could put just a little bit more in. Okay, I've got my coffee grounds in. Now on this right one, I'll leave the red thing in. I'm going to make sure it's pressed in all the way. So the red stopper is going to stay in. I insert it into this. Then I line up the white dots on the unlock position. Push down. This is important. So I'm holding the black thing. Push down and turn it to the lock. It should kind of click. Verify that it's all the way seated around the edge. Now this one's ready to go. Okay, so I've got this one now installed. I'm going to put it in the black thing. Again, this one I'm going to install this. So I want to make sure, No, this one I already got it installed. I'm gonna remove it. This is how I typically brew my coffees. I remove this, line up the white dots, press down, verify that it's all the way sealed. This one's ready to go with no red thing. Now we got to remove the lower filter basket. I always like to push up from the bottom. Again, be careful of the sharp needles, but the sharp needle is down in there. There's nothing sharp on the bottom when you press up. We got to remove this so that we can install the filter basket. Okay, so let's put this one in. Again, the arrow goes towards the hinge. There's a big groove there for that, big opening for that. And again, this one's got the red thing. Let's put it in like that. So both of them are in. Let's close the handle. It should recognize them both. Yep, reusable filter identified. This one didn't recognize it. Okay, I lifted the handle, brought it back down. We're both going to do a balanced brew with both of them. 8 ounces. All right, it's starting. I am getting some water dripping out around the K-cup on the one with the red thing. So that tells me all the water is not going through the K-cup. That's not good. On the one that I've got it removed, I'm not getting that water coming out around it. I'm definitely gonna have to say no. Do not install the red thing on a 5-needle Keurig machine. I wish the directions were a little bit better, but definitely they're not very good directions. But you definitely want to remove this for K Supremes and the new K Slim with 5 needles. Okay, so we can see, so it does push down the red things. But what we got is, we got water leaking out around the top of the K-cup. So all of the water was not going into the K-cup to brew the coffee. It was coming out around and leaking around this. Here, I did not get that. All the water went through the K-cup and came out the bottom, brewing the coffee. Okay, so let's open them up, see if we can tell any difference. Again, these are hot. So you can see it did poke them down a little bit. There's that one. Let's take this one off. So I didn't get any coffee grounds coming back out of it. Because those 5 needles, they've got this rubber gasket that should go down and seal that. So with that rubber stopper out, when you put it down, those rubber gaskets should seal and prevent the coffee grounds from coming back out. Can't really tell a difference with the brew. So I just had to do this video. I get a lot of questions on this, and unfortunately the directions are just not very good. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll put a link to these in the show description notes. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on the link, I get a little bit of money from the click, but the products don't cost you anymore. I do buy all my own products with my own money. So thanks everybody for your support. If you could, please like and subscribe.